Morning, driver. Let's get back to work. We've had a great time here in Texas, and now we're gonna start working our way back home. Today, we are gonna deadhead about 3 hours over towards Waco. We're gonna load another crane piece, a crane boom section, 10 foot wide, and we're gonna take it to a little town called Walnut, Kansas. Just kind of on the corner of Missouri, Oklahoma, and Kansas, kind of in that corner over there. And you know what else is right there in that little corner of Missouri is Joplin. And Joplin is where the chrome shop is, where the stacks that I'm gonna get are. We're gonna show up to the chrome shop in person, and we're gonna get this taken care of. The two correct stacks. We have our little funky gang sign secret handshake stacks going on right now, and we're gonna get 2 turnouts and 2 taller stacks. We have a resolution in place, but that's the plan for today. My name is Jupiter. I drive a truck. I own the truck I drive, and that's why I called my company Jupiter Trucking. Join me, and I'll take you along on some of the different things I end up doing to make a buck with a truck. Everything's finally plumbed correctly. I'm kind of used to it. I don't want to keep it, but it doesn't make me as embarrassed as I was when I left home. Mr. Bones rides again. And look at me, I picked up a tailgate. Figured I'd get a little fuel here in Texas while I can. I like that number right there. Wow. However, the po-po ain't messing around. I passed this guy about a block ago. It's a girl, a lady, a woman. And she's giving him the business, man. Don't need to mess around and see what happens here. Let's go. While we had some downtime in Texas, we finished up a little bit more of the exhaust installation. That's a new Y pipe. I brought it with me. That's new flex pipe there. New flex pipe here. New flex pipe up there. So far, it's a much nicer trip listening to the exhaust this morning than it was for 3 days, 4 days getting down here. It sounds good. I like it. The Jake brakes sound good. It's really nice not to have the really loud right from underneath the seat or underneath the floorboard here. This is it, we're good. And seeing that other guy, passing him on the road, was kind of a nice reassurance that there actually are moving crane pieces out here.
What you doing?
I'm tying down all my junk. Because I bring junk home. That's my job. We're allowed up to 4 feet of overhang. That's all we at least permitted for. About 3.5. Good. About ready to launch. Actually, we're all ready to launch. We got here at just the right time. I don't even know how many trucks have showed up since we got loaded. One thing I like about doing this oddball stuff is you get to some places you would never be otherwise. Oklahoma now, yay! This load is 10 feet wide, which only makes it stick out about 8 or 9 inches on either side of the trailer, which, I don't know, in my brain is nothing. The laws say anything that's oversized in Oklahoma, anything wider than 8.5 feet wide, is daylight only. So whereas Texas, we could run 24 hours a day, Oklahoma, we can only run during the day. This goes back to what I said last week about it sure would be nice if states all had a uniform set of rules that they went by, but they don't. Anyway, that's what we got to do today. With the time change the other day, boy, it gets dark early, and sunset is early, about 5:30 tonight. So I've got a spot picked out where we're going to stop for the night. Should be a nice quiet place, plenty of room. We're going to have to run about 5 or 10 minutes past our shutdown time, but I don't think we'll have any grief from anybody over that. Would you look at that? We made it. Now we have about 13 hours to sit and wait for the sun to come back up. And we'll get some fuel in the morning and be ready to go as soon as it's time to go. And we should get to Walnut, I think we're 3.5 hours away, something like that. And then we have a reload. So I'll tell you about that in the morning. All right, see you guys, good night. Can you see the sunrise? It's there. We are right about 30 minutes before sunrise, which means time to hit the road. We're all fueled up. We're in Eufaula, Oklahoma. Everything looks to be in good shape, so I'm walking around the truck getting fuel. Isn't that nice? No idea when that happened. It must have happened as I was backing underneath the crane yesterday. I don't know how. Something else to fix. Kansas. I gotta say one thing here real quick. Kansas roads beat the hell out of Oklahoma roads. My God, I've been picking my teeth up off the floor all morning. And now that we're in Kansas, it's just smooth sailing. This is Amy, my navigator. She does a really good job with the maps. I gotta say that. I'm glad she's a map reader. Sometimes finding these places can be pretty difficult. You get GPS pin drops and hand-drawn pencil sketches, and you can see we're out of here on the dirt road. So she sits over there with a couple different devices and guides me in. It's pretty handy to have. You're handy to have. Windy out here. Good place for a wind farm. It seems like there's a problem with the crane, with the big crane. I don't really know. No one has told us anything that's going on. But I will tell you what we have planned for the rest of the day. From here, we're supposed to go 2 hours to Clinton, Missouri, and pick up a boat. From there, we're supposed to go 2 more hours and pick up a second boat in Lebanon, Missouri. And then from there, we need to make a stop in Joplin, get this stack situation figured out. After we take care of that, the 2 boats are going to the Boise, Idaho area. So we're gonna get back closer to home. And the plan is to be home this weekend. things are quickly going sideways. We are not going to be able to make the second pickup for the boat, the second boat pickup today now. Clinton's 2 hours from here, Lebanon is 2 hours from Clinton, and they close at 2:30, and it's now 10:45. We've escaped from the crane site. A couple interesting things I learned while I was there. First of all, the two guys who were loading me in New Mexico a week ago were here. They recognized Mr. Bones and the truck. And so that was kind of cool. And I said, oh man, you guys are already here? And he's like, well, we were also in Laredo for a couple days in between there and here. I asked him how long he was going to be here, and he said maybe till Friday. And then he was going to Corpus Christi, Texas. That's some traveling. I can't imagine they fly. They got all these trucks and equipment. So they are driving everywhere. Kind of weird. Also, I learned from another guy there that it takes 47 trucks to move a crane. And in this particular move, it took 48 trucks because they had to separate the crane car body from the body. Otherwise it was too heavy and Kansas didn't allow it. So 48 trucks and well over $1 million just to move the crane. The more you know. Done for the day. We're in Lebanon, Missouri, and we're gonna pick up here in the morning. You know, I love 2-lane roads, but hours, and I probably 6 hours of 2-lane roads today, and I'm getting a little tired. So I think we're actually gonna get a room tonight. It's 5 o'clock, and we have 14-15 hours to kill. And rather than do it in the truck, I think we're gonna get a nice little inexpensive room. And the next 2 nights, we're gonna be trucking. That's the plan. See you tomorrow. Morning. We're here to get a boat. But first I really need to clean my windshield, so I'm gonna get that done. Looking into the sun, I realize just how dirty it is. I'm not sure which boat's mine, but we'll figure it out here pretty quick. The exhaust is holding up well. Doing a fine job. I'm getting that boat. He said they put out in their peak season 130 to 140 boats a day, and that field is usually full. And that's peak season, like spring through fall. That's a lot of, and about a dozen different models. Unbelievable. Pontoons, tri-toons, John boats, fishing boats, whatever boats. This is it. We're just waiting on the paperwork, and we are headed to Joplin. Motorboat. Mr. Bones is still back here. We had to scoot him over a little bit. He thought he was going to have to ride up front, and he was getting mad. Put him back here. Keep him quiet. Now that we got our boat on, we are headed back west. Officially westward bound. Except for our one last stop at the chrome shop. I've got a place to put the stacks that I'm picking up. They're going to slide right underneath that top boat on the top deck there. Fit perfectly, be protected from any weather if we get any, which we're not supposed to. And then we are going to boogie. But I'm looking forward to checking out the chrome shop. See what they have. See if there's anything that might get my curiosity up. I doubt it.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Cool, yeah, no, I'm gonna go to the lake.
There you go, I would.
Hijack this load for a couple weeks.
Oh, I gotta put you on a leash. Sorry.
So everything's pretty much categorized like that.
What to buy? Where's my shopping cart?
The new
Label on the other end.
Probably, yeah. So these are our numbers on here as well. That's Lincoln Chrome's number. So that's the alias number. This is our number.
Yeah, lucky end.
They're heavy and they pack them in there good.
We want to look. I mean, I can feel it, but nice. It's the right color. All right. It's the right curve. I can do that too. When I did this, when I got them at home, it didn't even dawn on me to think that I would get two different pipes. It didn't even cross my mind.
You can put your tailgate right here.
We're squared away. We've got these nailed down where they'll make it home. I like where they're sitting. Time to hit the road. We were gonna stop at the Petro, but we're not. We need to get going. We've left Joplin and we are officially on our way home. I can't really say home. We're headed to the Boise, Idaho area, but it feels like home. We don't have a load out of Boise yet. We've been looking, and typically there isn't much, but we're headed west. Kansas, welcome to Kansas. I thought we were going to Oklahoma. For the stacks, I wanted to say that we've come to a resolution, and I'm satisfied with the outcome. Having them in hand and on the trailer is a big peace of mind. I didn't pull them completely out of the box to check for dents, but it was the only two they had in stock anyway, so that's all I can do. But they are the right size and they are the right tips, turnouts, whatever you want to call it.
They match.
And they match. Yeah, that's huge. They match. I'm going to put the whole thing together in one story so it makes sense. You don't have to sort through 4 different videos and get bits and pieces of it for that. Keep an eye out for that. That'll be coming out soon. You know, I really don't know what historical tidbits I'm going to be able to share this week. Maybe as we get further west, I'll have something that I can share. Nothing more than me just reading it, but here is historical Kansas. We started off over here in this very far corner, but right near the Baxter Springs Massacre site of 1863. We came this way, right along the Osage Trail hunting grounds on the Arkansas River or such. We went right around Wichita. We've already gone through Newton. We've already gone through Newton. We're right about here. Not far from an Indian burial pit. Just in case you're curious, we got a ways to go. We're gonna go up here to Interstate 70, which is right along the Smoky Hill Trail, whatever, through Salina, Monument Rocks, and closest to the highest point in Kansas, right over there. And then we'll be in Colorado. We've reached our daily destination. We are on Interstate 70, somewhere about central Kansas. That's all we're gonna get done today. I have some office work to do, she has some stuff to do, and we're just gonna get up early and get at it. All right, back to the truck. It's a little chilly. And we're gonna call it a night. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. We got a nice and early start today. We're gonna get across Kansas, we're gonna get across Colorado, and we're gonna get about halfway across Wyoming. According to the math books, that's what we should be able to get done before the day is over. Guess what, Amy? We're not in Kansas anymore. I don't think she cares. Once we started getting into the Denver area, the wind really picked up, and it's blowing hard right now. We turned north onto Interstate 25, and we're going to cut across Highway 287 up into Wyoming and then hit Interstate 80. But on Interstate 25 going north, there's a partial closure to lightweight, high-profile vehicles on Interstate 25 and all the way across Wyoming on Interstate 80. So I'm kind of high-profile and I'm lightweight. I'm not really sure where they draw the line or what the judgment call is on that. I like that I have open spaces that the wind can blow right through. It's not like a brick wall. I caught a tumbleweed floating across the freeway and it got wedged in here. I wonder how long that's gonna last. You know, it's kind of hard to film wind, but if you lean into it enough, you might be able to. Good God. Hey, that's me. We're good. Only one blowover? Wyoming's losing its touch. Come on, Wyoming. You've done way better than that before. We've finished the day. We are in Little America, Wyoming. It's been a long day, but we got it done. I have some very bad news, however. Mr. Bones took a beating today, and his head fell off. Gonna have to do some plastic surgery. He was sitting over on this side and he kept bouncing over and he hit this motor and it cocked his head way to the side. So I moved him over here. This wind was just hard on him. See you tomorrow. Morning. We're still here. We're still trucking. We got about 2.5 hours to go. Poor Mr. Bones. I hope I can fix him. Once we get unloaded, we've got about an hour drive north to the town of Weiser, where we are going to load onions and take a load of onions down to Yerington, Nevada, which is about an hour from home. So God willing, fingers crossed, we're gonna try to make it home tonight. Not too sure if we're gonna make it or not, but we're gonna try. Other than that, we just got some trucking to do. After we get some fuel here, some Go Juice, after a little fill up. Oh, there it is, back on the road. There they are. Those are the 2 boats I just brought. Pretty nice. That's successfully completed. Onward to the next town of Weiser, where we're gonna get some onions and see how far we can make it today. This is where they build onions. They really wanted a flatbed so they could load like this out the dock. But they were a little desperate. And when you're desperate, you call me step deck man. So they're gonna load me on the ground like this. I don't know what the big deal is, but he had to get special permission for me to come here with a step deck, and here we are. I'm just about to start loading. We've come up with a plan. Look at what's going on over here. It's a little rock picker-upper. Scouring for rocks. We found some, I mean, obviously you find railroad spikes. I'm gonna take a handful home for tent pegs. And a couple neat little twisty souvenirs. Rusty railroad junk. It's like a magnet for us. I don't know why rusty stuff is so cool, but you can't deny it. It's cool. Now we can go home. I put everything up here. I'm gonna move all my junk around. I decided to let Bones stay up here. Let him preserve the little bit of dignity that he's got left. Poor guy. Check this out. That's 50 pounds of onions. God dang. The nice part is now I have Christmas gifts for all my friends and neighbors, and I can scratch that off the list. Okay, let's go. Let's go to Nevada. because I really do prefer the mountains and the hills, or if it's because I'm back in familiar territory, or if it's because I'm so close to home, or maybe it's a combination of all three. But it feels good to be back home. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning from Nevada. We're almost done with this. So I don't know if I mentioned or not, but this load is going to the town of Yerington. And to get to the town of Yerington, you've got to drive right straight through the middle of Fallon, Nevada, which is where I live. So this morning we swung by the house and I dropped off Amiee, and she's home right now. I was able to pull off my exhaust stacks and that tailgate that I've been carrying around. So, and Mr. Bones, he's home now too. So I was able to kind of get all my junk off the trailer, and now I'm going to be able to go deliver and not have to move all this kind of stuff around and look all hokey and hillbilly-ish carrying stuff around all over the country. That worked out really cool to be able to swing by the house. And we're going to get this off, and then we're going to go home, and we're going to get to work. They rode pretty good. These ones are leaning just a little bit, but it didn't make any difference. As I'm walking around here and I'm looking right there, I think I'm missing a bag. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to go back and look for it. I thought I tied it down pretty good. It looks like the shrink wrap just wasn't completely covering it. I'm not going to say anything to see if they say anything, and I highly doubt anyone will leave a notice. That's how it goes. It's not like you don't see enough onions scattered down the highway already. I tried to ask if maybe I could get a couple purple onions, just being greedy, and I saw half a bag just laying around in there, but he doesn't speak a word of English, and my Spanish makes me sound like a dumbass. I'll be fine with what I've got. And now we go home. You know, one thing that I've noticed today, fall colors are in full swing around here. Wow, it's astounding. We did it. We made it all the way back home in one piece. We got home this morning. Today's Saturday, and we left Texas on Friday. It has been a hell of a week. I think I did about 3,250 miles this week, which is a lot for this old boy in 1 week. That means it's time to put on the home hat, which I conveniently keep on a dead cow head. Oh, yeah, I gotta get a haircut too. It's time for that. Cows like hats. You know what else cows like? Sweatshirts. And I have some really nice hoodies available now on my website. Embroidered, nice logo. It's on the truck too, you should. These are thick, these are heavy, these are great for keeping warm. These are great for lounging around the house in your pajamas. I wouldn't roll under the truck in them because they're kind of spendy. But if you need a sweatshirt, if you'd like to support the channel, these are good quality. Champion, very thick. This sweatshirt's actually my son's. I don't have one yet. Amiee bought him one for his birthday, which was a couple weeks ago. And he let me borrow it so I could show it to you guys. I don't have one. That's how I rate. I'll get one someday, I hope. I've been working on the exhaust on the truck today. The new pipes are on. They're bolted up. Everything's aligned. I got to put some more bolts in there. Come take a peek. Those are stacks. We got this right. That's sharp. That's what I wanted. I'm happy with that. The story of the exhaust is completely done, and I'm going to put it together in a separate video and share it with you guys. So thank you very much for your support. Thanks for following along. I love having you guys along, and I am glad that you enjoy it. The feedback is very cool, and it means a lot. So thank you guys. Have a good weekend. Back at it next week. Take care. Have a good one. See ya. In the meantime, keep the bugs off your glass and the bears off your ass. Catch you on the flip-flop.